one nation.
Roll call, please.
Copeland.
Here. Present this evening with Alderman Bass absent. Before we approve the agenda, there's going to be this evening, due to the fact that our legal counsel will also not be here this evening. So with that being said, we can also move it on down to number 10, and we will not be having any executive session this evening. Motion by Grady, second by Homey. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Regular meeting minutes from September 21, 2021. Abstain. Everybody here? Motion to pay the bills. Motion by Black. Second by Grady. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? So it's paid. All right, citizens participation. Ms. Hartley, come on up.
Please tell me I don't have to talk as fast as you.
Hey, just get through the basic stuff so we can get to the good stuff.
Okay, so I'm Amy Hartley, and I am the president of the parent board for All Aboard Learning Center, which is a nonprofit daycare facility here in Cuba, and we're doing a fundraiser. We are doing our first costume dash. We're doing it the morning of Cuba Fest, and so we are thinking that maybe we would do it on the streets or either in the church, on the church's lawn property over here. So we have a call into the church, but we do not have an answer yet as far as whether or not they'll allow us to use their property to do a fun run on their property, and I'm curious if we can possibly close a street or two. I don't know that we could do the whole block if that's realistic. So we're talking about Florence, Forest, School Avenues out here, and then Oak Hill. I don't know that it's realistic that we could go all the way around the block with Cuba Fest setting up that morning. I believe they're supposed to be set up by 7 or 8 in the morning. We're planning on starting at 8. When we say we're starting at 8, we know it won't actually start till 8:15, 8:20, and we'll be done by about 8:45. Get our prizes out, we'll be done by 9. So we really need, if we were going to close the streets, it'd be less than an hour.
At the same time, the terms of stuff.
Yeah, Cuba Fest starts at 9 a.m. They're supposed to have everything set up by 8. We're wanting to start at 8 and be done by 9 is our goal. Any suggestions?
Yeah, I mean, I worry there could be some conflicts there with time, of course. It'd be probably some coordination involved with the folks that are putting on Cuba Fest, actually. And I'm just sure you may have already spoke with some of them to have them be aware. And then, if so, you were thinking about closing that whole square, basically, or that's around the Catholic Church, more or less.
And if we were only and I think that Forest and Florence would probably, in my mind, would be the easiest two to close if we just did, say, 2 streets and just went from one corner to the other. I would assume that those would possibly be the least traveled, and we may be able to, and not as many homes and stuff on those.
What are your thoughts as far as people using those streets for parking for the people that are setting up for QFS and putting on booths and stuff? Are their cars being there for parking, being your way?
I don't think so, just so long as we could keep it safe when we do our activity.
Okay. Again, maybe some further discussion with them, just see if they have any concerns and discussing it with the police department. There might have to be some homeowners contacted if the street's really closed where they can't get out their driveways. But if you can get all those logistics worked out, I'm sure we could probably help you with an approval, but don't want to approve it and then run into some of those hurdles that we may not be able to overcome.
I think Cuba Fest is the 16th.
It is.
So this is our last year before Cuba Fest.
That raises a little bit of problem. I know there's been some runs and things all throughout the area in the past, and 5Ks where the streets really weren't fully shut down. There was just people sitting on the corners, volunteers and stuff like that were kind of helping monitor. I don't know if that would be an option.
And that's what someone else on our board suggested as well, and I've never done anything like this, so I don't know how safe that is, and And if that's enough, then that's why I wanted to come
Sure.
and see, you know, you guys have probably been involved in more stuff like this than I
Right.
have, so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what other thoughts you have, council, it's kind of
I think it's kind of leaking in the.
a tight area for a lot of cars parked there. And yes, Kevin.
Cody, I'll make a telling motion to close the street if Ben don't have a problem with it. Tentatively, if everybody else agrees to your term, I'll make a motion to go ahead and close the streets.
How are you gonna get word out to all the?
If this is all after you.
There, I mean, police usually helps with something like that, but otherwise it's gonna be up to you guys to notify homeowners, and as soon as you get one or two that says absolutely not, I gotta be able to get out of my house, it kind of throws the whole
Right.
wrench into the place.
Exactly.
Sean, do you have a recommendation?
I was said with race to the rock or running the rails, that's what they do is they have to go door to door and let people know that. So that's usually how that goes.
They don't really do that either. I live on that route, and they don't do that either. So it's a good pain in the butt when you get up in the morning, you can't leave your house or you can't get home, that's what I'm saying.
So then clarify your street, so if you're thinking of Forest.
From,
Because Florence only has houses on one side of the street, correct, where you're talking about?
Yes.
correct,
And
and
in
then,
Forest, are there any homes that have driveways on that street?
I don't think so, I think all those driveways are on Cox.
Yeah, I think you're right, and then you have the back way out down past the
So, I mean,
brown houses there.
driveways, it might not.
Florence would be possibly an issue.
It would, but at least there's only on one side, if you
Okay.
coordinate.
I see Oak Hill as a major issue, because that's probably one of the main paths to Cuba Fest.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you're saying.
I mean, it's easy to see down Oak Hill in that area, but I can't imagine that that's not a heavily.
I take that way home every day after work and it's kind of nightmare.
Yeah, that's what I
That's what they
figured.
do.
It's,
Well-traveled
I
road.
figured it's fairly wide enough as it is to be safe, much less, you know.
Yeah, I don't know, I just think it's a difficult area, for sure.
I mean, looking at a full block, well, there's no houses there. I was thinking,
Go
Forest
back
to Florence to Park to
Just say maybe kick it back a block to the west.
Yeah.
And that's what my original thought was. I had talked to Lainey a couple weeks ago and, about that, block behind there. And the way the road is, there's a bit of a hill. The line of sight wasn't real good on that block. And I thought that, you know, we might just not be able to keep track of our kiddos real great that way.
I think, trying to do this maybe in the future
Right.
on any other day, but that Saturday of the fall festival would also probably make it a lot easier
Okay.
too logistically. Because there's gonna be so much volume of traffic over there, people setting up their booths and pulling trailers and DJ equipment.
I had a random thought that if, the park wasn't in use, I mean, I know I get that it's not necessarily next to the festivities, but, I mean,
Yeah, one thing there that day is soccer,
So like
stays pretty full, youth football stays pretty full.
School Avenue in years, I think 2 years ago, the girls' basketball team did a 5K in the morning of Cuba Fest. And they did close down School Avenue because that's where the runners finished. And that started and finished just as a historical perspective, because I remember they used to do the narrow to do that. I'm not
So again, I don't know if that's a thought for you guys rather than actually shutting down those streets.
Okay.
Are they having a bike race this year that finishes up there too?
I don't think they are this year.
I don't believe so.
They've done that in the past as well, of course. I'll go back and find them. I mean, if we want to go with Kevin's motion here, that if, you know, yourself and the police and the homeowners can get it all worked out, and there's no issues, that those roads are closed, and the folks that are putting on Cuba Fest, fine. But if not, then we may just have to try to arrange this another time, or
Right.
start a little earlier,
Okay.
you know, or pick a different day or something, you know, because we're certainly not against the idea. It's just that day this
Right.
soon might be a bit of a challenge.
Makes sense.
So, there's a motion on the table from Kevin. If anybody's entertaining a second, we can leave it at that. If not, we can table it to another time.
I'll second.
Okay, so a motion by Copeland, second by Honey. Again, just allow you to have that conversation with the appropriate people.
Okay.
Keep us posted and keep the police posted. Obviously, we will not have another regular session meeting, but contact City Hall,
Okay.
and Doug or Ben, and just kind of let us know what to expect and work on getting the word out, and good luck to you.
Great. Thanks.
So with that being said, there's a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we'll see what happens.
Okay, thank you so much.
You bet. Is there anyone else here this evening that would like to come forward for our public participation? Okay. Hearing none. Again, line item number 5 is going to be tabled. Rodney.
Neighbors, you guys kind of remember that last time that I talked, we had some problems at the EOC. So we put some dusted downlights up and it worked. So no more problems. The only thing we had problems with skunks and possums and other things that we've kind of seen now, so.
Now that you put some light on them, you know they're there.
Oh, yeah. But there's some other areas that I'm going to pay attention to a little bit more. We had some areas that were kind of extremely dark. We had no video. We can't see anybody. So I'm going to be working with Craig on that. Tornado sirens, as soon as we had a cloudy sky, I canceled the siren test for today. It'll be November 2nd. Will be our next date. So hopefully I can get them tested by then. The airport siren is currently dead. We think that the siren got hit by lightning. Trying to get the company down to look at it. He is probably somewhere in the high plains, so it may be very plains, so it may be hard, maybe a little while till I can get him down here. So
Are those things warranted or insured?
the warranty ended about a year ago.
Of course.
So I had a conversation with Chris, maybe we can turn it into our insurance. So I'll see when he comes down, I'll have him look at and see how bad the damage is, and maybe we can work from there. So hopefully it's not, we've been having some breaker problems in that one hangar. So hopefully that may be the problem, but I'll have him go through it and make sure that it's okay.
Okay.
So, but that's the only thing I have for you guys.
All right. Anything for Rodney? Thank you, sir. Craig.
Alright, first thing we got is some bids on some 6-inch SDR21 water pipe. Got a bid from a Harry Cooper. This is 1,000 foot for $8,139.50. And got a bid from Schulte for $8,190. I suggest Schulte because they have a stock. Harry Cooper does not have a projected time in the plant.
Okay. So $51 difference, $50 difference in the bids, but the actual $50 bid is higher. They actually have it in stock.
Make a motion to accept Schultz. Second.
Okay, motion by Black, second by Grady. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
We got a bid, this is on the electric departments, some one-off, underground primary wire. This is 2,500 foot of it. Got a bid from a Cable Electric for $8,030.56. And have another one from Fletcher Rhino Company, $14,300.
Holy cow, why a double difference?
Wires are crazy about that.
Make a motion to accept Cable Electric.
Well, they're both copper?
Yep, no, these are one.
No.
Crazy. I mean, that's where we live in right now. Motion by Black to accept Kate, second by Grady. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
And the other item on here, this is the bid for the salt building, new salt building we're gonna put up. We researched, finally found one company that will actually build one of these. Got a bid from a B&B Building Systems. And the bid is $46,291.
Which was budgeted.
It's a budget item, yeah. It's all been a budget item.
Where's this company out of?
I believe Michigan, but the place out of Illinois puts them up. They get something out there to do.
Same company building for the state,
I'm not sure, I couldn't get a lead on what they did. It took us forever to lead for somebody to do that.
same type of building.
Similar building, it's a car building with metal truss on it.
What were we at in the budget? 50? 50?
100.
I think there might be some additional concrete work that needs to be done.
Yeah, we need quite a bit of time, we're gonna design on concrete.
That would be all built into that.
What's that?
Have you broke ground?
Storm, huh? Yeah, we're shooting for early December, for this is gonna go up.
Motion by, second by Honey to accept the bid from B&B. All in favor say aye. Opposed? Okay.
The other item I have tonight is on Cuba Fest. They asked us if we could block off Buchanan Street. That's what the trolleys wanted to sell. On Buchanan, I'm assuming.
Oh,
So several here. Yeah, the governor is gonna sell about it.
yeah. Again, same difference. I think there might be something they do every year, but obviously you notify the business owners.
I think Peggy and them was gonna notify everybody that there's no talk they want.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Oh,
sure.
got like 3
Yeah.
businesses on the street.
Yeah, right. It's the chiropractor and Debbie Martin and another Lions Club. So again, pending that it's okay with all business owners over there, then council. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna make a motion by Black, second by Grady. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
And that's all that was I had.
Okay, and you are going to proceed with those concrete bids
Yes.
once you get the specs from our church.
Trying to get the specs, what the bid out, and then we'll get some bids on that, yes.
And again, that's the concrete for the salt.
Walls and sidewalks, and that'll be done.
Okay, anything for Craig?
One thing, if you happen to have a backhoe down that end of town by Florence, have them pull the gravel out of one ditch we talked about.
In Florence?
The bottom of Florence, on Dorf.
All right, I'll double check to get that. We'll get that.
Appreciate you getting it over in there, it was good.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks, Craig. Captain. El Capitan.
Y'all know we had 2 officers leave, so we did our application process and picked 2 potential candidates upon approval. They're here tonight. If you'd like to see their faces, there's Olaf Elias and Joshua Dunmeyer.
So you're talking about the Yates Wilkerson vacancies?
Yes,
Correct. Obviously, now being that Robbie was our detective, are these gentlemen, are they taking those roles, or is that going to be handled us a different way, or?
that would be moved around internally at some point.
Okay, so these entry level.
Level hires.
Okay. I would assume that the committee was part of the application and hiring.
I'm not.
I know you're not, Jeff is, and he's not here this evening. Okay. Well, I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, if this is a recommendation from the police department, it's, I'm sure the recommendation for the committee would have been just the same. So, any questions, Council?
What's their background?
I can't speak for them in their background.
Hot patrol.
Yes.
I know that.
They're both former police officers, or have been police officers before this, for several years. I can't tell you exactly what departments they worked at for how long off the top of my head.
How many years experience do you
5, 10,
have? 10?
4 or 5.
Where were you policing at, sir?
St. Louis City.
Oh, okay. Did you relocate out to this area, or is that part of your plan?
You won't be able to get on the second year out here.
He lives in
Actually, I live right down the street.
Okay, very good. Well, welcome.
I make a motion to approve those hires.
Second.
Motion by Black, second by Honey. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Welcome, gentlemen. Appreciate you guys applying and coming on board.
the only other thing we would have would be the nuisance. Had a few of them to report on. That 601 Fair sent a certified letter. They received it. They actually have started cleaning up the property. 152 Root Subdivision Road. He sent a certified letter, but hasn't received confirmation on the receipt yet. 508 Magnolia notified the owner of the property of the tall grass. 401 Springfield still cleaning up the property, and 606 Vance, there was no improvements, so a citation was issued.
601 Fair come to talk to me.
I
sent her to talk to you 2 or 3 days ago.
Okay, I talked to her just
She was
yesterday.
sick for 2 weeks and
Right.
didn't get her mail.
Right, yeah, I talked to her yesterday, in person, and they were actually, when I pulled up, in the process of cleaning up.
I mean, a little bit of communication goes a long way too. I mean, we're pretty easy to get along with. Awesome. Anything else for Captain?
Good.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll talk to him off.
Oh, that's fine. Missy, everything going okay in your department?
Yeah.
Very good. Got that,
She's got a lot of cancer, so.
got that roll off over there?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
lovely.
You're in charge of policing that, making sure city limits residents only.
Yeah,
No paint or chemicals. Yep.
Get the mattress up over there.
City get a mattress up there. Okay, old unfinished new business with announcements. Quickly, it is October 5th again, so our next regular session meeting will not be until Tuesday, October 19th. Hopefully, everybody look ahead, but hopefully everyone can make it because the items that we had to table this evening will be on the agenda for that evening, some of which are some important items that we do need to address and take care of moving forward. As we talked about, Cuba Fest is October 16th, so hopefully see everybody out that Saturday. Ms. Hartley, again, thank you for coming. Hopefully you can get it worked out. If not, you know, we'll get it done next time or whatever we need to do. Outside of that, I have nothing. Kevin, what you have, sir?
Nothing.
Sam? Dave?
I want to float a thought.
Sure.
And maybe talk about it at the next meeting. I'd like to start investigating a roundup program for utilities, not just with city utilities, but, you know, on our bills. And I realize it would take the girls a while to get the program in place to round up to the nearest home.
Okay.
I'd like to go out after possibly Walmart and Macy's and larger institutions in town to see if they would help out. Schnucks does that in St. Louis to the tune of $3 million a year.
And so is that roundup program for you various?
For people on fixed income,
Sure.
basically have problems with their bills.
Okay.
It's gonna be a cold winter.
Roundup program.
Crawford Electric has a really good program. I mean, you guys may not know that since you don't have Crawford Electric.
Yeah.
They do. So you get.
Might be something you can
I
reach
do
out
have
to.
a problem with it.
Okay.
It's,
Yeah, sure. So yeah, gather some information. I mean, I think it's something to definitely entertain and talk
It
about.
would take another committee and, you know, 2 or 3 dedicated people to
Sure.
hand out money, basically.
Right, absolutely. Well, let me know in between now and next meeting how you want to handle that, and we'll get on the agenda and have further conversation. That'd be great. Warren?
Nothing.
Curtis? Nothing. Laney?
Nothing.
All right, short and sweet, ladies and gentlemen. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Brady, second by Tony. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed.
Okay.